Hello and welcome to the April 7th, 2010 video version of InvestEd Central's Chart of the Day. I'm Tom Boley, InvestEd Central's Chief Market Strategist, and it's my pleasure to provide you with today's Chart of the Day. This Chart of the Day is brought to you by StockCharts.com, simply the web's best financial charts. Well, today we are featuring AMAG Pharmaceuticals, ticker symbol AMAG. This is over a $700 million healthcare company. Taking a look at the long-term chart, which we don't show here, actually AMAG has been in a very nice uptrend for the last decade. So first thing we want to point out is not to let this shorter term chart, which is only 10 months, fool you. If you take a look at a long-term chart, you'll see that AMAG has a very nice uptrend established and in place. But there's a couple things I think we need to point out from this chart. Obviously, the volatility on this stock can be pretty severe. Back in October, the stock was trading for under $34. It ran up to over $52 in January and then back down below $34 on Tuesday. So, clearly this is a stock that can move quite a bit in a fairly short period of time. So if you're not comfortable with that kind of volatility, then you may want to simply sit this one out. The thing I like about it is you can see that this area on a closing basis, just at about the $34 level, has been holding for several months. And take a look at the last couple of days. We've gone down below that $34 level twice, Monday and Tuesday, intraday. But on both occasions, we were able to come back up and close above that key support area. So I think there could be some accumulation going on in terms of the market makers, and that would lead, in my opinion, to some short-term gains on AMAG. Now, to the upside, I would look for maybe the 50-day moving average. You can see the top of this black candle. This is where it opened on some pretty good volume last Thursday. I think this area right around 37.50 is going to be interesting because the 50-day moving average is at 37.77 and dropping rapidly. So if we do get a little bit of a bounce here in the near term, probably going to be looking at some resistance up in that range. If we can break above the 50-day moving average and the volume confirms, I think this one could really run. The next big area after it gets above the 50-day, this is going to be a pretty big resistance level up here at about 43.20. You can see we had gapped down from 45 and change to 43.20 or so, and then had this big red candle. And the next day you can see some additional selling. So this is a stock that sold off about $11 in 2 days on massive volume, and it all started from 43.20. So I would expect to see sellers up at that level as well. In fact, it might take some news and a gap up to actually get above that level. But in the short term, given the long-legged doji that came in off of this downtrend that we've seen over the last couple of weeks, the fact that price support held, you are getting a stock that has been selling off as opposed to chasing one that's been moving to the upside. So for all those reasons, I think in the near term it could play out pretty well. If we go down and take a look here, RSI 38, stochastics just 23. So we are, I wouldn't say we're oversold, but we're certainly approaching oversold, and I think that also bodes well for the stock. So in the near term, I think AMAG could make a move to the upside. Watch 37.50 to 37.75. That's going to be a key area. And to the downside, if you take out these tails, if you go below Tuesday's low at 33.11, you might just simply want to move back to the sidelines. I hope you've enjoyed our presentation today. Be sure to check out our chart of the day every day at InvestEdCentral.com. While you're there, sign up for our free weekly Market Pulse newsletter and have the chart of the day emailed directly to you. Happy trading.